Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Extinguisher 10, and today we have something a little different for you. I'm doing an NFL reaction trade news breaking video. Yeah, that was a lot of different words that often don't go together, but here's what we have. DeAndre Hopkins has been traded from the Texans to the Cardinals in exchange for David Johnson. There are some other draft picks involved, and they don't really make that big of a difference. The Cardinals are also getting a fourth from the Texans, which makes it even that much worse. DeAndre Hopkins is easily one of the best receivers in the league, and they're giving up a fourth round to go with him. But what are the Cardinals giving up? They're giving up David Johnson, an often injured and aging running back who used to be good 4 years ago. He hasn't had a yard per carry over 4 since 2016. Granted, he's been running behind a very poor offensive line, but you know what they have in Houston? A poor offensive line. So it's not like a change of scenery should really help him out that much. It's basically going to be the same kind of situation for him. And what else do the Texans get? Maybe the draft pick's really good. They get a second. Not even a first. It's a second round pick. Yeah, you don't have to pay DeAndre Hopkins. They can put that money into somebody else. But DeAndre Hopkins is easily one of the top 3 receivers in the league, arguably the best. He doesn't rely on speed too much. He has great hands, great route running, gets off the line real quick. And so he's probably going to age, barring some kind of injury, pretty well. He's 27 years old, so he's right there in his prime. And this is a horrible trade. Or at least if you're the Texans, this is a horrible, horrible trade. I don't know what they're thinking. I've been trying to think, what is it about this trade is actually good for the Texans? And just about the only thing is reducing salary and starting over with a young player. But to give up DeAndre Hopkins for that is not worth it one bit. I don't know what Bill O'Brien is thinking. Yeah, the Texans don't have a lot of picks, so making a trade to get some more picks does make sense, which actually, it was a 1-for-1 trade in picks, so they really just kind of moved up, which now that I think about it, makes it that much worse. You moved up 2 rounds and got David Johnson, who I also forgot has an enormous contract. It's not as big as DeAndre Hopkins, but it's still very, very big. So really, how much money are you saving? Not that much. How far are you moving up in the draft? Not that far. What are you losing? One of the best receivers in the league. This is just absolutely ridiculous. And really, I could just go on and on and on about how bad this trade is. It might be one of the worst trades in NFL history. You could say one of the worst trades in NFL history was the one that basically built the Cowboys dynasty. And while in hindsight, you could make an argument for it, the player they got in exchange, I don't remember his name. He's a great, maybe even a Hall of Famer running back. Somebody tell me down in the comment section below what his name was, Bings, I can't remember. But at the time, you are getting a star running back in exchange for all these draft picks. Someone who still had a lot of juice left in the tank. For basically lottery picks. You don't know what you're going to get out of this. Could you get a bunch of Hall of Famers and starters and guys who can build a dynasty? Yeah, that's what happened. That was absolutely the best case scenario, and it happened. But you know what? They could have struck out in the draft and got absolutely nothing out of it, and the Cowboys would have lost the trade. But no, in this case, this is a guaranteed bad running back. Okay, I shouldn't say bad. A guaranteed average at best running back in exchange for a top 3 wide receiver with little benefit outside of that. If I'm putting a grade on this, Texans get an F. And really, what am I going to give the Cardinals? I'm going to say, well, gee, what else am I going to give them? I'm going to give them an A. But I think that's really all I can say about this. It's a bad trade, at least for the Texans. It's a great trade for the Cardinals. In the last year, they've added Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and Kenyon Drake to this offense. What an insane combination to go with Larry Fitzgerald. Are the Cardinals going to be making the playoffs next season? I seriously doubt it. Are they going to make maybe a push to get close? I wouldn't be surprised. For the most part, they're young, and they're young at very important positions, and fleecing the Texans like this is going to get them that much closer. Houston? I wouldn't be surprised if they were in last place in the division. Well, I don't know. Okay, the Jaguars, they're seeming like they're going to full tank mode. They traded Calais Campbell today also. So, okay, Jaguars, they're going to be in last place because they might be starting Gardner Minshew on purpose. After that, you have the Colts who... The Colts, After Andrew Luck retired, it really kind of changed your perspective on that team. They made a decent little push towards the end of the season. Could they be a playoff team this year? Maybe, but probably not. But their chances just did go up, and I'm going to talk about that in not my next video, but the video after that, so stay tuned for that one. But I'm going to wrap this video up. Bad trade, great trade, depending on how you look at it. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this, I'm going to have probably 3 or 4 other videos just like this going up in the next 24 hours. In addition to my MLB The Show content, and Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr., and Madden 20. So stick around, there's a lot to see. And with all that being said, this is Extinguisher 10 signing out. Have a great rest of your day.